Okay, so we're going to be working on application problem number 2. So this says les 7e et 8e vont sur un voyage. L'autobus peut asseoir 24 étudiants en total. Et l'équation suivante représente la relation entre les élèves en 7e et en 8e. So in this case, the S is going to be our 7th graders, and the H is les 8e, the 8th graders. So the first question says, créer une table de valeur, just like we always start. Okay. So again, I always take the value. That's normally where we'd see our Y, and I place that where we have our Y in our table of values. So it's S. Okay? And then our H is going to be our X value. And then it says create a table of values. So again, because we're talking about students in 8th grade and 9th grade, I'm not going to put any negatives because we can't say we have -8 8th graders. So I'm just going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 8th graders. Okay, so if I have 1 8th grader, this becomes 24 minus 1, which is 23. If I have 2 8th graders, that's 24 minus 2, which gives me 22. And if I look at the trend here, I just reduced or decreased by 1. So the next value will be 21, 20, 19, and it could continue on. Okay, so again, my X values, or this H, is going to be on the horizontal line, and the S is the Y value, which is on the vertical line. And so all my H values here are just increasing by 1. So I'm just going to use simple values here. Okay. You could continue on if you wanted, but my S values seem to be quite large. They go from 23. So that means I'm going to have to break these up. Maybe I'll jump up by 4 or 5 each time. I think I might do a 4. So this will go 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. So I probably might have been able to go up by 3 each time, but that's okay. We'll work with this for now. And again, there's no bad choice. If you have a bigger graph, you could maybe just jump up by 2 each time. So the first point here is the point 123. So I find 1 and then I go up, and that's going to be close to 24, so I'll put the point there. The next point is 222. So 2, and I'll go up. 22 is going to be about right in the middle between these 2 points. Okay, 321. Well, that's right on the edge here. 4 and 20. And then 5 and 19. And you could keep going with this. But either way, it looks like we're forming a line, so that's great. And again, this is discrete data because we're talking about counting students. And we can't ever say we had 0.5 of a student. Okay, so we did A and B. So C is just saying, okay, describe what's happening. Well, we could say that every time we have another 8th grader, we have 1 less 7th grader. So every time we add an 8th grader, I'll just put a 8th grader, we have 1 less spot for a 7th grader. Yeah, that makes sense. And a common question that someone might ask would be, okay, what if I said, I'm actually going to add a D part here. If there are 10 8th graders, how many 7th graders are on the bus? Okay, well, 10 is what we're going to put in the spot of H because that represents the 8th graders. So it'll become S is equal to 24 minus 10, which would give us 13. So there would be 13 7th graders if there were 10 8th graders.